How you feeling?
Yo, first and foremost, Pip, you know, I really do interviews, man.
Right, right.
And you know, I did like maybe two last year, maybe one this year. And so I feel honored, Pip. You dig what I'm saying? I feel honored, man. I've been in the game for a little while, man. So, you know, getting an interview from you is just, I feel honored. You know what I mean? Like I want to talk. I'm here.
First of all, the honor is all mine, man. For you to even take this time out and do this with me, man, I'm honored. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for you to even be here to grace this platform. Thank you, everybody that's tuned in. You are here. My special guest for the evening is none other than the beloved Terrell Blair. Welcome to Convos with Piffy. How's the family, man? How's the family?
Man, listen, man, everybody good. The ladies upstairs, man, they ready for me to get involved and play. I said, nah. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to get interviewed. Usually, like I say, usually I'm in that zone, like, I'm ready to play my music. I'm ready to get it going. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Guys, I see y'all. I salute all of y'all.
Salute everybody tuned in. Salute everybody tapped in. And definitely salute to you, beloved, man. I mean, you know, we could get right into it, man, because you know, I usually play the music, but they try to stop my videos. They can't stop this one. We're gonna keep this one clean. Like this is one right here. This is one of those right here, man. So, you know, I wanna get right into it, you know.
Hold up. I got you. Hi, Raya. I appreciate you, Raya. Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead.
Salute. So, you know, let's just start it. You know, this is my platform, Convos with Piffy. We here on IG. You know, it's a lot that know you. It might be a lot on here that might not know you. So let's just go right ahead with your introduction. You know, you got the fly hat on tonight, so that's a double salute to that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, y'all. Listen, this is his brand, Piffy. Come on, man. New York Piffy.
Yeah.
I win with, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Man. Definitely. I'm wearing the Piffy. I got the Piffy, but I'm Jack Payne, man. Salute to the beloved Jack Payne, man.
Jack Payne, yo, Terrell, what's good with you, Terrell? Let's go. I'm ready, man.
Big Terrell, what up, man? So you know, we on the platform, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself. You know, like I said, it's a lot of people that know you, but you know, a lot of people on my platform might not know who you are. You know what I mean? So let's just go ahead and get into the formal introduction of, you know, Terrell Blair.
So my name is Terrell Blair. I'm just a humble brother, man, that love the culture of hip hop. Been in the game for a little while, man. Was able to transition from era to era. And once again, I love the culture of all aspects of what hip hop is, man. You know what I mean? And as I get older, man, I pay more and more respects to it. You know, some may call me like the underground king. I'm titled a slew of different things, man, but I'm always Terrell Blair. You dig what I'm saying? I am a brand. I am Terrell Blair. Kelsey, yes, you know?
Absolutely. So, you know, let them know where you from. You know, they always want to know. They have to know where my guest is from and, you know, where they represent. They know I'm from Harlem, man, so salute, you know. But let them know where you from, man.
Man, I'm from the Bronx, man, the heart of South Bronx, man. Cypress Avenue, man, you dig? The heart of it. I'm a South Bronx kid. No matter where I go, I'm always South Bronx. You dig it? Always South Bronx.
Absolutely.
For real.
Absolutely.
Know that.
Absolutely. No matter where I go, it's Harlem. They know that. They know the vibes. They know the vibes. So let's get right into, like, you know, what started, you know, what started you and, you know, wanting to have a passion for doing what you're doing and picking the lane that you do, you know, because like I said, I was explaining to a lot of, you know, people that before I was telling them about this interview and I'm like, yo, you know, Terrell Blair, and it's like, I don't know. So, you know, certain people know certain people that's in their lanes, like a rapper gonna know the rappers, the interviewers gonna know the interviewers, you know what I'm saying? So what made you want to choose that lane and, you know, get into the media game?
So, you know, I'm gonna take it back to essence, man. It's been like 22 years of me just staying consistent, right? And I started off putting out urban rap DVDs. You know, growing up in the Bronx, and you know, in the 80s, 90s, you know, we were and I'm gonna say my generation. My generation is like that second generation, second tier hip hop. You dig? And you know, our moms, you know, were those individuals that was listening to it all myriad of different types of sounds. So I am that generation that, you know, hip hop was a coping mechanism, and it's still a good coping mechanism for me. But I really embarked on wanting to be part of quote unquote, I don't even want to say the system, man, because the system for me is distorted. So I wanted to create a lane where the indie artists, the unsigned artists, can have a platform without being frowned upon. You dig? So when I came home from prison, you know, when I came home from prison, and what was that? 98. I had 15 in life. I gave the time back, and I'm young, 24. I'm like, yo, you know what, man? I want to really seize the moment. I want to really seize the moment. And around my way, man, I seen, you know, some youngins. They were rapping, and of course, you know, when you're in these ciphers, cops is always scheming. They always thinking that they're doing something other. So when I seen that they started messing with them, I said, you know what, man? I got an idea. You know, and I was kind of strong with a lot of people. You know what I mean? I was sort of like the glue. I was the glue to a lot of the DJs, a lot of the individuals that was in the streets, you know, and when you speak of the streets, you're speaking about levels of the streets, you know. So I knew the dudes that was the stick up kids. I knew the dudes that was the hustlers. I knew the dudes that were a myriad of different things in the streets. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, I said, you know what, let me start bringing individuals together. You know, at first dudes are like, oh, Rel talking that jail shit, man. You know how that, man, I'm over trying to bring people together. But it was all about the art of hip hop. You dig what I'm saying? And I wanted to at that time, even prior to that, you couldn't have borough to boroughs, man. It was hard to really bring a dude from Brooklyn to the Bronx and Harlem, and even Harlem. You know, Harlem and the Bronx is brothers and sisters. We right across. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why they think you fuck with me like that, man. We like cousins, man. You know, we just meeting and all that. We met at the family reunion and all that.
Yeah. so when I rented out a community center in Cypress Avenue, right?
Okay. Right.
And I started reaching out to peoples, man. One of my bros, man, Big Don had a high 8 tape. Now, when we started filming like in late 1998, early 99, the tapes was like this. Remember, those big cassette tapes was like this, but the camera was this small. You know what I mean? We started filming them. We ain't thinking nothing about it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we had seen a DVD or something like that. That was, it was rap or whatever. You dig what I'm saying? So as we begin to progress, we realized that we started bringing people together. And at that time, it wasn't about money for us. So we would have dudes spit a bar, or battle each other, right? We started the battling, you know what I mean? Like we were one of those, the essence of it. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. They would battle each other, but they would give each other handshakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we had dudes, 20 dudes coming from Brooklyn walking down our block. Yeah. But everybody knew that day, yo, they going to the center. Mm-hmm. And you know, that's when Hood Life Cypher DVD started. Yeah. We put out Hood Life Cyphers, and then we started going from borough to borough, state to state, apartment to apartment, studio to studio. We were going everywhere with it. You know what I mean?
Right. So you know, like it's no order to these interviews, beloved. Like, you know, I want to dive into everything that you just said, though, because we skipped over something that was very, very, very important, and it applies to me, which actually is the connection to me and you. Actually, you know what I'm saying? So before we get into the Hood Life movement in the DVD game, before we get into that, we want to talk about, and if we could, I don't want to go too crazy and too deep into it, but I know the experience is what some people need to hear, especially on this platform right here. I'm friends with a lot of gangsters, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, giving that time back, and, you know, even going through the process, you know, because a lot of these, you know, because sometimes I like to get into, you know, I'm not a rapper, so I have a different ear. You You know what I mean? I hear different things, and I might pay attention a little more. You know what I mean? A lot of these rappers rap about a lot of things, but a lot can't handle going up there. You know what I'm saying? So let's just talk about that just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Of the process of that, and you know, you becoming what you became after that, because going through that situation is already hard enough. But then when you fresh out of that, it gets even tougher too. So that proves like who you really is. You know what I'm saying? So I want to just touch into that a little bit, because I feel like a lot of people here maybe viewing on this platform need to see this and need to hear this. So just take them through the process of you going through that and receiving that time and you getting out and then changing your life around.
I'm with you. So I was in the pharmaceutical game, man. You know what I mean? I was a street hustler, man. You dig what I'm saying? And not that I didn't have the wits to do anything other or what have you, but at that time, man, late 80s, early 90s, man, the money was good. You dig what I'm saying? And it wasn't as if I was an individual that just really wanted to delve into it. My surroundings was that. You dig what I'm saying? And I got into the game lightly, you know what I mean? And of course it grew. I got arrested. I got arrested in 1993, and 10 months down the line, of course, they want you to snitch. You know what I mean? I wasn't for that. Let's go to trial. I'm 19 years of age. Let's go to trial. 10 months into quote unquote, and this is my first bid. 10 months in, you know how they say either you do this or you go to trial, man. And the reality, I didn't even know nothing about trial. I ain't gonna lie to you. You dig what I'm saying? Like I didn't know nothing about that. You dig? I went to trial and said, you know what? I got some potentials to win this. And so people here going to trial and blowing trial, like they don't really know what that is. But when you go to trial, you got them 12 individuals there, right? That they are governing your life. Your life is in their hands.
Absolutely.
You dig what I'm saying? So they didn't care that I was in college, right? They didn't care about none of that. You know what I mean? What they did was, and we had a serious DA at the time, you know what I mean, district attorney, and we had some devilish cops, you know what I mean, detectives. So when they gather info on me, you dig what I'm saying? They gather extra bull crap. You dig what I'm saying? I lost. Every juror said guilty, guilty, guilty. So I'm breaking it down. You dig what I'm saying? So I lost trial 8 1/3 to 25 running concurrent with 15 to life. So they bunched all that together and it narrowed down to 15 years to life. So first time, 19 years of age, went to Elmira first, chilled there for a little while. Then I went to NAP, Eastern Correctional Facility. Kept fighting the case, you know what I mean? And at that time, I got into becoming a scholar, learned about our history, taught, did a lot of different things that at that point, I'm saying to myself, if I'm going to be here, let me be fully equipped, mentally, spiritually, education-wise, and everything else that would help me in moving forward when I do hit the streets, because I knew that I was going to give some time back.
So what did you do with your time? When you get in there, they tell you like, to make the most of your time, or, make something worth it, like, catch a trade, most people go in there, play around, whatever the case may be. How did you spend your time when you was inside?
I was more into academics, you know what I mean? Academics and working out, you dig what I'm saying? So, I got with some powerful individuals, but one of the individuals was an individual by the name of Sharif, Sharif Clayton, powerful. What got me into Black studies, and I got into Black studies, Egyptology. We started teaching it. For some of these individuals that's on now that probably know, man, I started teaching it, and then I got into, but I was really into music. So everybody knew me they knew me by Whip Wop. They knew me by music. Yeah, I did all the other stuff, but music was my everything. It was my vehicle. So I was getting all types of mixtapes that nobody couldn't get. So I would get mixtapes from J&J on 125th. What's that? 125th. They would. So you couldn't get mixtapes up north, especially in the maxes. but they would recase them. So when my mixtapes came in, they came in the format of a Biggie Smalls tape or any artist that was out at that moment. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
I had all music magazines, everything. So I was the music man in there. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
I was literally that. I was giving out, not giving them by letting people rock, you know, but they knew me for that. You dig what I'm saying? So I was preparing myself for this. You dig what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
So when I came home, it wasn't as if I was looking for something from the world. You dig what I'm saying?
You
I had
developed a passion already. Okay. I mean, no, because, you know, a lot of people, like, you know, when I did my time, you know, I just looked at a lot of people and, you know, it really was like, I feel like, you know, I don't really understand how a lot of people glorify that.
Right.
And I mean, the thing I would glorify about doing my time is becoming a better man.
Right.
You know, learning different things, getting in touch with, you know, who I am, you know, seeing how different people is from different places. And, you know what I mean? Just
right.
little shit that you would not like appreciate being out in the world, as they, you know, when we locked up, we say be out in the world, like that you wouldn't appreciate, that you appreciate being there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and that's the biggest, I feel that's the biggest turnaround for, you know, especially a black male. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because most of us are blessed with the hustle, but we can't act like that's all we know. Because now we got to turn our hustle into something else that's going to make it work for us.
True story. You know, and you know, with that, Piff, you know, Green Eyes, you know, with that, man, once again, you know, I had stated this some time ago that, you know, when I came home, like I said, I came home like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted, I did have a chip on my shoulder, right? But then again, I'm like, hold up. Well, you've been blessed to come home. You had 10 more years to do. You dig what I'm saying? So strategically, I'm saying, okay, it goes back to what you say. We always use the ideology of, yo, this is all I know, man. I took the same ideology of hustling, right? The pharmaceuticals, right? And transitioned it, right? Into DVDs, right? And I use my level of bringing individuals together, right? As a tool, right? To say, you know what? If I don't have anything, I have the ability, right, to command and demand the crowd, right, but not maliciously, right?
Right.
So when these audience begin to gather, you know, having that voice piece meant a lot for me. You dig what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I still wanted to use the vehicle to actually educate our peoples. You dig what I'm saying? So don't ever get it twisted. Whenever I get on lives or any interviews, I'm still going to educate our peoples about growth and also understanding that ownership is key. You know what I mean? Respecting and creating direction is a beautiful thing. You dig what I'm saying? You don't have to sell your soul to become part of a bigger, this mammoth companies. You can do it. You can do it on your own. The tactics that you took in the streets, right? Reformat it, right? And say, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try my hand at this. Some of us was great had the gift of gab. Some of us knew how to bring them individuals to the worker. You dig what I'm saying? So how do you reformat that? How do you create a team? Using them same tactics. And lo and behold, listen, man, 20 years down the line, I've never signed with no labels, right? I've never said, you know what, man, come aboard and become this with us or whatever, because, you know, at the end of the day, I love my black and brown people. I love my people in general. I love the world, right? But sometimes, man, if you ain't bringing nothing to the table, you dig what I'm saying? I mean, just a little bit of something to the table, then we ain't got nothing really to talk about, man, because your plight is my plight. Absolutely. Vice versa. You have the same techniques. You got the same mouthpiece. You know?
Absolutely. So now that's you making this easy. That was a perfect segue. Now let's get right into I hear things like, cause listen, man, I'm into the DVD thing. I'm into the smack, the battle rap and all of that. Like, you know, shout out to Goods, one of my favorite battle rappers, man. I, got a chance to kick it with him. You know what I'm saying? So, I heard And like I said, I'm a fan, so this is not just we doing this interview today, and I just did research. Now I'm a fan, so you know I heard words like Godfather, the DVD game. I heard, you know, and I heard them type of things. So I looked at, you know, things like that, right, as, you know, being innovative in what you was doing. So now, once you was leading into going into the DVD movement, explain that process a little bit, because I learned a little bit of the game a lot. Shout out to Big Fendi. You know what I mean? I learned a little bit of the game from him. And when the Come Up came out, right? This is before I had a brand. This is before anybody knew who I was. I said, yo, look, this gonna get me popping, get me on the come up. You my man. Get me on.
Right.
He said, yo, he said, listen. He said, and I take this advice. This is actually what, you know, I wish he was tuned in right now, but I took this advice, man, and I ran with it. He said, listen, you my dog, but how I'm gonna convince everybody else that just because you my dog that they should fuck with you. Nobody gonna fuck with you unless you hot. You gotta get hot. You gotta get popping, and then watch how everybody fuck with you.
Right.
And I said, wow. So here we are, 15 years later. They starting to fuck with me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So let's talk about the DVD game, because that was always something that I was interested in. And you know, I looked at people like Smack. You know, I looked at people like that had a movement in what they was doing. Yourself as well. You know what I'm saying? And the way I made it a movement, I kind of did, you know, what I do. You know what I'm saying? The same format, you know, as bringing artists together that, you know, people might not know or might not have heard of, or from the east side to the west side. So, you know, just explain that process a little bit of going through the DVD phase.
So just to give you numbers, I put out 25 DVDs up under 2 brands.
Yeah, I want to get to both of them. Yeah.
Hood Life Cypher DVDs and Crack DVDs, right? So Hood Life Cypher DVDs was just the baby, you know what I mean? Like, it was the baby, it was the birth, and we stayed at Hood Life Cyphers. It was, you know, because we were the movement was Hood Life movement, but Hood Life was just the fact that we were able to go to different types of hoods, you know what I mean? Right. To capture the essence of the dopest artists in that neighborhood. You dig what I'm saying? Okay. So remember, you know, once again, at that time, when we started, right? When other individuals started getting to the game, we were like 3 DVDs in already. You dig what I'm saying? Where certain individuals were like their first DVD in, but you got to understand, when we were dealing with indie unsigned artists. So we didn't start out putting Ghostface,
the major
artists on our joints, because for us it was like, no, let's capture the streets. You dig what I'm saying? Absolutely. So, you know, when Smack and a few other DVDs started really bubbling, remember, that's how they came in. They came in, and I loved them. I Smack my guy. That's my bro, right? So remember, we were dealing with I mean, we were going into them hoods, you know what I mean? Right. So, you know, we had the P's, the Fred the Guards, the Loaded Lux, T-Rex, you know what I mean? Fox 5. I mean, I can go on. They started out with Hood Life Cypher DVDs, you dig what I'm saying? Right. You know, Streets. I mean, I can continue to go on and on. So I say that to say that, you know, everybody took their own lane and ran with it. You dig what I'm saying? Of course, we were always considered the underdogs and shit. You dig what I'm saying? But the greater thing about that is that when you respect your lane, right, and you own your lane, right, you have no other worries in the world. You dig what I'm saying? Absolutely. So one of the things that one of the things I decided to do is I decided to go West Coast, right? Okay. At that time, bootlegging was crazy. Now I'm gonna tell you, bootlegging was a gift and a curse, because at that time, dogs, yo, dogs, I remember when I first seen a bootlegger with my second DVD on the ground, and I'm walking downtown. I'm like, oh, I wanted to cry. So here's the thing: you couldn't stop them, but what it did was it allowed our DVDs to transfer into other states. And when I realized that those other states, right, was respecting, right, more of what we were doing from this standpoint, I started doing homework. I learned distribution. Right? So like I did an Oakland DVD like in 2002, 2003, where we went out there for like two weeks and captured all the Oakland artists, San Fran, you know what I mean? You know, Mr. Fab. I mean, I can go on with a lot of the artists from Cali. And we started learning distribution. So we learned about distributors in Cali, Philly, Midwest, Chicago, all of that. So what we would do what we would do is I would send them the masses out right first to them, so that I can. At that time, we was getting $8 to $9 a DVD. When I finished DVDs, it was $2 to $3 that you was wholesaling them for. When we was wholesaling them, when we first started, we was getting $8, $9. You dig what I'm saying? $8, $9. And then we would come back and we would work with the distributors, right? We would work with the distributors in New York, right? But what was so crazy about it, because New York at the time didn't want to deal with battle rap.
Okay.
I had two distributors, one in Jersey and one man, that battle rap shit ain't nothing. I can't fuck with that. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Lo and behold, Smack came in heavy with it, right? And it opened up another door again. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm speaking truth. I'm not saying that Smack wasn't right, but when we started off once again battle rapping. You dig what I'm saying? Or doing street ciphers. Well, we had dudes just spitting. You dig what I'm saying? So 5 DVDs, 6 DVDs down the line, I get with my man Tone, and we created a DVD called Crack DVDs, right? And it's crazy because I felt at the time that as a brand, Hood Life Cypher was dying down, but I'm so much of a hustler, I didn't have no problem teaming up with someone else because he was a distributor. You dig what I'm saying? Which Crack DVDs took off, right? And I was still doing Hood Life Cyphers at the time. You dig what I'm saying? But Crack DVDs took on a whole new life. It took on every aspect. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm walking around with two branches. Some people didn't know that I was affiliate of Crack DVDs or vice versa. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of times people didn't put 2 and 2 together. But each one was a different lane. Crack DVDs captured those individuals that had that midway buzz that was close to getting signed.
Right. Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? So now some of those individuals that started up with Hood Life Cyphers now were able to get a cover on Crack DVD because they were there now.
Yeah. Strategy.
You know what I mean?
Strategy. Now, what made you want to set it up that way? You know, instead of just putting the DVDs out because you got a bunch of footage and you got a bunch of content.
What what doing 2 different?
Yeah. What made you want to do it like that?
Well, Tone was my man. You know what I mean? So he was distributed. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the bigger picture. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I was kind of in the stress mode because I'm like, my Hood Life Cyphers isn't doing what it's supposed to do. You dig what I'm saying? But I still had a core audience. But I knew that if we recreated, right, as a team, and me seeing his vision and vice versa, we could take off. You know what I mean? So remember, he was a distributor. So why not link with a distributor? You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
We all grew up. He was from Patterson, from Cypress. We already had a bond. And that's just how things went. But simultaneously, I was still putting out Hood Life Cypher DVDs. You dig?
Now,
and at that time, there was a few offers from labels that wanted to take our, take right and give us monies. But at that time, I'm like, why? Y'all giving us pennies. And then you want to taint the culture. You want to taint. You want to come in and do what you do. You know what I mean? We wanted, you know, I wanted to keep I wanted to keep that edge. I wanted to keep the creativity and everything else that comes along with saying that we are from the streets. We are the streets. You dig what I'm saying? And one of the things that we didn't want to do as well was get caught up on what they thought, right, was our culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
And that's very important. That's very important.
Right.
It's actually, you know, out of them DVDs, and, you know, I don't know in particular which one it was, but it's three in particular that stood out to me. You know, and this is what, you know, made me become a fan of, you know, how you was touching in and tapping in with the artists, and as you know, showing the people this is what's going on behind the scenes. Right. This is what's, you know what I'm saying? So it was Fred the God, rest in peace, Fred the God, rest in peace, Stack Bundles, and then Freeway Ricky Ross. Them probably was like the ones that I, like, even before doing research and all of that, like, them was the ones I watch over and over and over again, because, you know, it was a lot of jewels dropped in those interviews. You know what I mean? And a lot of things go over people's head, you know, when you get to talking and, you know, you get to spitting facts and, you know, dropping jewels on people.
Right.
So what was the experience like, you know, from going now from the indie artists, you know, the unsigned artists, to now, you know, you're talking to Fred the Gods, you're talking to Cassidy's, you're talking to, you know, all these big name rappers now. So now, what was the transition like, you know, for you?
Well, you got to understand, for some of them, there was no transition. They were already my dudes. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
Most of these dudes, you know, like I give you an example. French Montana, that was my baby boy. You know, French. You look at one of our DVDs where we went to Staten Island. French was with us. French he was an artist, but he didn't start his cocaine. He didn't the Cocaine City DVDs. He was riding with us. You dig what I'm saying? When French blew, I was happy. I'm happy to still tell the story. You know what I mean? He did ask me to manage him. I didn't want to be I didn't want to do none of that. You dig what I'm saying? I was dealing with a myriad of artists that would ask me this and ask me that. But the reality was that the goal, right? Once again, people forget the goal was to use the platform as a vehicle to grow. So when individuals grow, a lot of people say, well, damn, Rel, they didn't reach back down to you. Nah, I didn't expect that. I know what I did. Yeah. They know what they did. And if they don't, I'm not gonna frown down on them and talk reckless. Nah, man, I applaud all of them. So, you know, for a lot of these individuals, I'm on the phone with them. Some of them I can call and talk to them. You know, some, yeah, of course, there's protocol, there's management, there's this and that. But the bulk of the time, I'm speaking to a lot of them. Right. You know what I mean? So I've never really got caught up on, I'm Terrell Blair, and they should. Listen, when you step into a new realm, right? The dollar amount changes, right? You get extra busy. So I think people say, yo, damn, Red, I can't catch you. You busy. Imagine when some of these individuals get to that point and me reaching out, some of them, they mean no honking when they see me. Yo, big bro, I see you call me or text me, but you know, I don't take no offense to it. Getting money, grow, man. Absolutely. I ain't gonna get on these joints. And that's a lot of times, that's why I stopped a lot of interviews, because they wanted me to get caught up in propaganda. Yeah. I don't feed off of that.
Right. And that's, you know, and that's another dope thing about you, man. And, you know, like I said, we could dance around, because now it's, you know, like with the conversation going, we're keeping it organic. You know, I just look at you like, you know, you're very transparent. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are not like that. You know what I mean? So, like, as I, you know, was having a conversation with my bro about you and all that, and I was just, you know, telling him the specifics and like, oh, you can do, and you know, sometimes it's almost like when you watch a rapper, right? You see him in the video, you know, you see this, and you know, you wonder like, yo, in person, is he gonna be like that? Right. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like it was the same thing. I'm like, yo, I'm always watching Terrell Blair. I always watch the interview. Like, I want to see that. And as soon as like before I could put my bag down, that was just it was the energy. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's exactly how I thought it would go. You know what I'm saying, man?
Can I
So
say something?
what makes you like that? What makes you like that? Because you know your resume is extensive, and you know what makes you not of the as they would say, quote unquote, Hollywood, and be so
Yo,
transparent as you are.
because it's hard to do that, man. It's hard to be fake and I it's just hard. It's not in my nature. I can't sell my soul, right, to please
Right.
other people. You dig what I'm saying? As long
Absolutely.
as I understand my lane and I respect my lane, I can't be nothing other, bro. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you
Absolutely.
know, remember when I seen you, right? I didn't say, yo, young blood. I didn't say, yo, man,
Yeah.
dogs. In order to move forward, right? We have to bridge gaps, man. You dig what I'm saying? So even
Absolutely.
dealing with young, and when I remember this hip hop, when I'm doing these shows, these concerts, and all this other stuff, the bulk of these individuals, some are old enough to be my sons, right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
remember, when we were that age, right now, I'm gonna help you understand where I'm going. When we were that age, we called dudes my age old heads and all that. Yo, man, them dudes is funny style. So now
Yeah.
I'm there. I gotta be mindful of the fact that I was once calling me that, right?
Right. Right.
So,
Right. Right.
so, so now, in order for me to maintain some type of footprint in the game as I move forward, right? I have to begin to learn, right? And understand the culture, right? There's a different era every 6 months, every 3 months in this day and time, right?
Right.
So
Right.
remember, the bulk of the individuals that do come to my events, dudes, they are part of the streets, right?
Right.
People like to say gangs. I like to say many community-based organizations, right? Many,
Absolutely.
right, community-based organizations.
Right.
Some
Right.
may
Right.
hold, right, different sectors and
Yeah.
different boroughs, right? So
Yeah.
I got to be cognizant of that because they are looking for respect. But if I can't give them respect, right, what
Yeah.
makes you think they're going to give me that? They're going to say, yo, big bro, listen, I don't want them to do that. I want to immediately greet them,
Yeah.
right? Even if
Absolutely.
I'm taking $10 from them to do a
Absolutely.
show, whatever, I need to be on the phone with them so that when we get to these events, there's no problems. They respect me for who I am and vice versa. So that
Absolutely.
when they communities is in that 10, 20 deep and something about to go down, big bro, let me talk to you. Yo, you know such and such from such and such. Boom, boom,
Right.
boom. All right,
Right.
we're gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they respect me and I respect them. I didn't get Hollywood on them. You dig what I'm saying? I didn't demand. I didn't tell them, yo, I did time. I was getting money. That motherfucker don't want to hear that shit.
Right. Right.
What
Right.
you doing now?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
Now,
so can I just say this? So, when I love to get on these platforms because once again, I like what you said earlier. Everybody's not supposed to know, a Terrell Blair, you know what I mean, or a Piff, right? But some of them individuals know me now, and some of them individuals know Piff, right?
absolutely.
So now they're able to get the story. So now, if you just came on and said, yo, tell me about military ground concerts, they would only know me for military ground concerts.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you
Absolutely.
tell a story and people are willing to listen, damn, man, I didn't know. I knew this dude 10 years and he didn't tell me that. Nah, I ain't coming to you with that. Yo,
Yeah.
you know you
Right.
supposed. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. What you doing now, once again?
Right. Now, and that's why I bought out the camel for the military ground. Let's get into that, man. Let's get into how that got started, and what made you want to get involved with that.
So, military ground, first and foremost, is a way of life for me, man. The typical person says that. Like, it's become a norm. You know what I mean? What you up to, man? I'm just military grinding, man. Meaning that it's a statement. It's a way of life, man. I grind to the 10th power. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I grind. So, as I was saying that, come home from prison, I said, you know what? everything that I did was about branding. Yeah. And I did it naturally. I didn't do it to say about brand. Oh, this is going to become the, I did it and it was a way of life. Hood Life Cyphers became a brand.
Right.
Hood Life Movement became a brand. Crack DVD became a brand. Terrell Blair is a brand, right? Military Grind is a statement which became a brand, right?
Right.
So as when the DVD game started dwindling, I ain't gonna lie, internet hit, damn, what I'm gonna do, stress. So one of the team members, Jums, right at the time, Jums, team member younger than me, was like, yo, man, we need to get into these shows. I was like, man, I ain't with that, because once again, when you for the culture, you for the culture, right?
Right.
Hold on, me. When you for the culture, you for the culture. And I'll get to it. But he said, yo, get into the shows. I said, I don't like to do those showcases, quote unquote showcases, because I don't like that these promoters, and lose my word, they rape these youngins financially, give them 3 minutes to perform, charge them $500 and say, Def Jam gonna be here, that person, and none of the times they not there. And they got 60 motherfuckers performing. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I said I didn't want to get into it. I didn't want to be part of that. Right. So as we started moving forward, we tried a few, right? And I said, you know what? We're going to start calling them military ground concerts. And we're going to create a system, right? It can't be, when anything that I'm involved in, it has to be content. It has to be a concept behind it. Concept oriented. We're going to find, right, the crack DVD lane. We're going to find those, right, those individuals that got a strong buzz in the streets. Right. I'm going to come to them and say, Piff, you buzzing. How can we make money together? I need you to headline my show, right? Right. We're going to make money together. So when you make money together, right, they'll push the event more because they own that. Yo, that's my joint, right? Absolutely. And they know that they can't bring 1 million dudes in at the front because they're getting some money at the front end as well. Yeah, yeah. We kept it at 10 artists, and we just started. We became, you know, I say at times I am the street A&R. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Because I could find a dope artist. Absolutely. I could do an IG live with them and introduce people. I could do the military grinds with them and introduce people to a new sound. You know what I mean? And lo and behold, we started doing the military grind concerts. And it's crazy. Before COVID hit, we went to Connecticut. We started hitting other boroughs, and we're about to start off again, man. About to start hitting other states with it. So, you know, I'm little by little breaking the ice by getting into concept-oriented pop-up shops, as you see. You dig what I'm saying? So as you see, everything is concept-based. If they don't have a concept, I don't want to be involved in it.
Now, I've been involved now in to see you in both atmospheres. You know, I've seen you at a concert, you know, and now I've seen you at the pop-up shop. You know, doing this pop-up shop and giving, you know, not only artists, but, you know, people like me, entrepreneurs, you know, whoever, the opportunity like that is also something that's very important as well. Because a lot of people are not doing that, and a lot of people wouldn't think to do that, because a lot of times, you know, and whatever you're doing is competition, right? You know, right. But a lot of times it's more like, if we could do something together, the outcome would be that much greater than us trying to be in competition with each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for you to, you know, give me an opportunity, you know, to be involved in the pop-up shop and things like that. Like, I'm grateful for an opportunity like that, because, you know, I was speaking to one of the vendors that was there, and I told him, I said, you know, for me, really, you know, I had merch, I had a lot of merch and things like that, but it wasn't really that for me. I went in there with the intentions of, I'm going to talk to everybody that's in the room. So when I leave, everybody going to say, yo, I remember Piffy You know what I mean? Now we about to spin the block and do it again. So they're gonna be like, oh, I remember him from the last one. And then we spin the block and do it again. Now you be like, all right, this is the third one. Like, so now
Right.
it becomes more, relevant and more, they get to see me a lot more. They get to see the brand a lot more. And then they get to see you with the hat on. They get to see different people with the clothing and things like that. So was leading me into say, I like how where you was going with the branding. I did a lot of shows, and we talked a lot about, branding and networking and making yourself, out there and putting yourself out there. So explain that just a little bit about, branding and making yourself a name. Cause I like I said, this is why I'm so grateful for this interview and to have this conversation, because it was the same for me. Before clothing and before hats and before shirts and before all of that, I had to make my name something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now that everything else came easy, you know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, okay, I know when Piffy come out, I'm gonna get an interview. He gonna come out, he gonna bring the camera out. I know when he come out, everybody gonna come out, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be all love, you know what I'm saying? So explain that about, making not only, your brand, but yourself first and then the brand. Like explain that to, some of the viewers that may be on that may be trying to do that, whether it be clothing, whether it be, making their name as an artist even bigger, or however, like, just break that down just a little bit for me.
Well, first and foremost, the key to most of what I just said was consistency.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, I've participated in a slew of different business endeavors, right? That to the average eye, right, it was successful. To me, it wasn't. But it kept me going, right? So when you are full of consistency, people only know that Terrell Blair for being part of something that was consistent, right? So when I greeted individuals and I realized that I'm an individual that was in the streets, not a hardcore street dude, but came from the streets. Look, I don't want people to continue to call me Whip Wop. You dig them? Giant. I don't want people to continue to call me Whip Wop throughout my life. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could do. Don't get it twisted. But I am Terrell Blair. Absolutely. I'm not Terrell. I'm Terrell Blair. No matter what brand I'm affiliated with, I am Terrell Blair. So Terrell Blair has to become the brand before anything. When I greet you, I don't say I'm Terrell. I say I'm Terrell Blair. And back in the days, dudes ain't want us. Yo, man, don't say my government, man. I'm telling you my government.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because I need for you to do your homework, and I need for them to say, hold up, you talking about Terrell Blair?
Yeah.
Before they even say crack DVDs, any of that, they say Terrell Blair? Yeah. Oh, Hood Life Terrell? Hood Life Terrell Blair?
Yeah.
Right? But they were able to say that because the consistency. See, you can brand.
Yeah.
And I know that life happens, but you still got to keep your foot on their neck. You still got to be involved in some form of fashion. You still don't concern yourself with what everybody else is doing. Absolutely. Know that they out there or whatever, but concern yourself with you. The minute you deviate, right? The minute you, deter from remaining consistent. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So you can do all the branding you want, but if you are not consistent, dogs, nothing is gonna happen. Right? But you gotta experience the bumps, you gotta the potholes, you gotta experience all of that. And don't ever get it twisted. I experienced it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, listen, when you're an ultimate hustler, right? You can't tell a person that you ain't got it.
Yeah.
Right? Because they say, nah, dogs, you doing this, you doing that, and so on and so forth. Right? Because you're consistent. You know, damn, my money kind of funny right now.
Yeah.
Bro, come on, man. You just did a big show, man. Yeah, my money funny, though. You know what I mean? And I say that to say life still happens.
Right.
But
absolutely.
For some of us, we do what we do as a vehicle, as a coping mechanism, right? To prevent us from going back in the streets knee deep.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a key point you making right there. Like, I feel like when the brand started for me is when, COVID. You know, went through COVID. I, you know, lost the job. What's next? I don't really want to. I could go and do what I need to go do. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? But let me, like we just said, let's transfer that mindset and let's try something else. Now,
Right.
when you trying something else, it's always you get no. It's no good without the bad.
Woo.
It's no success without the pain. You feel you can't skip the steps in this. That's why, like, you know, the trust the process. I really believe in that because
Huh.
it's, you know, like even the last show, I'm gonna be 100 with you. Like that was a process right there. I barely made it. You feel what I'm saying? So, but I had to make it happen because I knew what was at stake, and I knew
Right.
that you know I needed to come out here. I gave you my word. I'm gonna be here. We got flyers. We got. I can't disappoint. I don't care if I ain't sell one shirt or none of that. All that mattered was, you know what? I met Terrell Blair, man. I got to kick it with Terrell Blair. We got this, you know, we chopped it up. We, you know what I'm saying? And that's more important. Like I said, you know, that was more important to me than selling the merch. Merch gonna sell itself. Like, you know, you got good work, it's gonna sell itself. Like, you know what I mean? So you
Right.
gotta worry about that. You gotta worry about
Right.
it. You know what I mean? It's the connections. It's the connections for me. You know what I'm saying? So with you, you know, like I said, we had a pop up. So let's get you, you know, because I was supposed to do a live, so I might as well. I guess we could just add that into this right here, because you know we didn't get a chance to talk about the event. How do you feel about the overall, you know, last event and going into the, you know, the next one?
Well, you know, everything is a learning experience. You know,
Right.
embarking on doing pop-ups, right? For me, I've never done a pop-up, and of course, you know, that's what's popping right now. But
Yeah.
once again, if we're gonna jump into that, it has to be concept based. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's easy to do a pop-up shop and get everybody involved. You dig what I'm saying? And that's a process. Because sometimes certain things don't go the way you want them to go. You dig what I'm saying? Listen, when we had the last one, the AC broke. You dig what I'm saying?
It was having
But
shit.
but you know what?
It worked.
People walked away saying, "Yo, man, this shit was dope." Motherfuckers is like this though, right?
It worked. You see, I kept the towel on all night.
Yo, right. But here's the thing. Piff, right, got to meet Jack Payne. You know what I mean? You got to meet a myriad of people. So for me, even if I say, well, I broke even financially, no, I gained, right, a new set of friends, a new set of networking individuals that's going to help me get to that financial point or that brand point or whatever point or goal that it was, right? As you see, follow right back up with it because it was successful in its own right. And anything that I do, it's about networking. So when those artists or those individuals that participated can walk out of there and say, yo, dogs, I met such and such. I met a goal, dogs.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That was my high.
Yeah.
That was my high. Yeah, I drank one drink. You know I was amped. But I'm just saying, Piff, the reality is that Piff got a chance to hit me and say, yo, big bro, can we do an interview? Big bro, right? I never frown down on you. You text me, you call, man, call me. You dig what I'm saying? You got a chance to get an interview in there. You got a chance to meet a slew of individuals or artists that wanted to vibe with you.
Man. Shout out DSN, man. Shout out Tosh, man. Shout out, was it Demetrius, right? Demetrius, man. Salute, man. Shout out everybody, man. Shout out Jack Payne, LQ, F Briggs, Briggity Wade, man. Giolani Splash. LQ got busy too. He stood on the table and all that. He went crazy, man. Salute my guy, man. Brooklyn, man. Salute. But I mean, it was great. Boss Chick Rain, man. Definitely Boss Chick Rain. Salute. You know, it was just a dope experience, man. And I was just, you know, I was, like I said, you know, honored. See, for me, like I don't get starstruck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I get like you said, I get a high off that too. Like, and this right here, like therapy. So this conversation, I feel like we don't need to go to pay thousands of therapists, and we need to just do this type of, you know what I mean? Like this therapy right here. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, you know, being in that atmosphere and being at an event like that was just made me want to do more, made me want to come to more, just to be around that atmosphere. I don't care about whatever, you know what I mean, but just the, you know what I mean, because it's all love, like you said, a bunch of gangsters there, but it's all love.
Yeah.
So that's what it is, man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just appreciative to even be involved in that. You know,
And I met you. I met you face to face. So once again, this for me, there's never no layers of, oh, I've been doing this. Man, F that. I need to learn from Piff.
right.
I need to understand what
Like,
tactics, right, is helping him grow, right? So that I can glean some of that and incorporate, right? Because we need to come together. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Listen, listen. You know, people say, I've had people call me, yo, how do you do a showcase? I'm gonna when I do these events, the goal is to build entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Dice Pesos. When we was doing the military grind joints, Dice started doing it.
Yeah.
Dice started doing his own joints. You dig what I'm saying? That's the goal. You build entrepreneurs, help them see the business side.
Yeah.
When they only see the promoter and what the promoter doing, and if the promoter doesn't do certain things, when you bring them on that side, they like, oh man, this shit is not that easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Pimp?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. Shout out to Dice, shout out to Saigon, shout out to Hattie Racks too, man. You know
Yeah, so
that's definitely dope, man. Like I said, it was just an experience, you know what I mean? It was an experience. I want to do more, you know what I mean, be more involved. And, you know, let's work, man. Let's get this going, because that was, like I said, that was everything for me. You know, that capped the trip off for me. That was
well, I'm here, man. I'm here. We got our next joint. We got our next joint July 2nd. In the Bronx. We're gonna be doing all boroughs. It's for artists, man, that have, and you could be a rapper, a singer, comedian, anything that's associated with the business in itself. You dig what I'm saying? But of course, you know, with the rappers, you know, I've seen that within the last 15, 16 months, they started transitioning. They started looking at other things that's going to help them grow. It's going to help them brand. Let's help them get monies or whatever. You dig what I'm saying? So when we do these, man, we got a chance to see everybody come together. I had Saigon. Here's a dude that's a rapper still, but wanted to write books. He wrote 2 books, but he was in the grassroots with dudes. You dig what I'm saying? The next joint, we got Tone Trump from Philly. You know, he got a big brand, Muslim Dawn family. As of today, we got Lady Luck that's coming. She's gonna be selling her natural juices and her some of her mercs. We got a slew of individuals, man, that you're gonna be surprised. I'm gonna shock you, mother flowers. I'm gonna continue to shock you. I'm gonna continue to shock them. But at the end of the day, the network, your network is your net worth. So even if you don't get a table, come out there and network. We have no problem with that. We welcome y'all, right, Piff? We welcome y'all, Piff.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I'm here, Piff. Let's go. Let's go.
Definitely, man. You know, I wanna dive into just a little bit more of the DVD game. So, how you feel now about, you know, the DVD game? How would you do it again, the same run, or would you do it differently? How would you feel about it now, as opposed to, you know, back in the, you know, when it started? So, give me your feelings from then, when it started, when you first started doing this, as of to now. Would you do it again? And
I would do it again.
Would you do it the same way?
I would. You know what? I would. You know why? Because there's a new crop of indie, unsigned artists, man, that still need that platform, right? There's not a lot of true platforms. I'm not saying there's no platforms, but I consider myself one of the truest, man. You dig what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of other truths out there. You dig what I'm saying? But I would reformat it, you know, differently, but I would still keep the same concept. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, I would continue on. You know what I mean? If it allowed. You dig what I'm saying? We're in a digital world at this current moment, but for me, the best era for me was my DVD era, man. Right. That shit took me to states. It allowed me. I established so many relationships, man, that I can call on now, man. Even when I started doing the Instagram lives, I did over 120 Instagram live interviews, dog. I ain't know nothing about no I ain't know nothing about no Instagram live.
This is new to
What?
this is new to me.
Right. But here's the thing. Recreating yourself. You dig what I'm saying? I can do a DVD or a mini series just off of IG live interviews.
Yeah, that's fire. Nah, that's dope.
And consistency. I was doing 5 per week consistently, back to back to back to back to back.
That's work. That's work. The heavy work ethic always wins, man.
So, whoa, man, we did an hour already. I start seeing it when the numbers go down. I'm surprised they still got us on.
Yeah, I was seeing, looking at that. They're giving me the thing right now. But
Yeah,
listen, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, these conversations just get to go, and I don't even start peeping this shit right here, man. But like I said, I appreciate this, man. You know, doing this right here, and I look forward to the next event. I look forward to everything else that you got going on. For the people that is still tuned in, let them know everywhere they can follow you. See everything that you got going on. Keep up with the military ground, everything like that.
Raya, love you, Raya. You rock, Raya. You rock. I support you. I thank you. I was checking out everything that you was writing. I was in a zone. You know how I get. You know my energy. But I'm Terrell Blair. You can email me terrell.blair@gmail.com. For a lot of people at this current moment, IG. You can DM me. I am Terrell Blair. HLM Media 2021. On my military ground concerts pages. Facebook Terrell Blair. And my numbers is up there as well, man. So I ain't the type to be like, how you got my number now, man? I'm a figure. You know what I mean? I don't even like to say I'm a figure, but people say, Terrell, you are a figure. So listen, get at me, man, and let's have some fun. Let's build. I'm always willing to grow. I'm always willing to get monies with individuals, but they gotta have great ideas, man. You know what I mean? I ain't looking for nobody to ride off of and vice versa. You dig what I'm saying? Let's grow. Piff, we get ready to get it, Piff. Let's go.
Let's do it. Like I said, man, ladies and gentlemen, Convos with Piffy on IG, man. Special guest of the evening is none other than the beloved Terrell Blair, man. I appreciate you for this, man. I spin the block, come on your platform, however you want to do this, man.
Oh, we got that. Come on, baby. That's a go, Pimp. Let's do it, man. I appreciate you. Have a good night and give little mama all love, man.
Absolutely.
Beautiful young baby girl.
Boomerang. Same to the family, man. It's a boomerang, man.
Thank you. Peace. Salute. Merce, be good, Mercy. The Harlem kid, salute.
What up, boy? What up?
Right, have a good night, y'all. Y'all be well.
All right.